We're back in Lagos, everyone, where the political temperature appears to be cooling following a high-level meeting between President Bola Tinubu and leaders of the All Progressives Congress in the state. This closed-door session of the Governance Advisory Council is reported as a turning point. Report has it that all differences were settled, including lingering tensions around local government nominations. Now, this is coming on the heels of virus speculation that the Lagos State Governor had been publicly snubbed by Mr. President at a recent event, an interpretation of a short clip that quickly made the rounds online. But Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu appears to be setting the record straight himself.
People that believe that they are more Catholic than the Pope, there are things that you see people, they cry more than they bereave. Father and son, are things that will always ensure that, there's nothing at all. My father is my leader, and we're grateful that he has given us the audience today to come in and say hello to him. He was very excited that we're one big happy family, and we are not divided in any form, and we all honestly also pledge our full loyalty to him, to his government.
The governor maintains the relationship is intact, a bond he describes as father and son. He also notes that beyond the headlines, work continues on governance, unity and party strategy ahead of the forthcoming local government election. Joining me now in the studio is someone who knows the APC's inner workings like few others, former Lagos State Publicity Secretary of the APC, Joe Igbokwe. Mr. Igbokwe, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Let's begin with yesterday's GAC meeting. You were not in the room, but you've worked closely with many of the actors involved. How significant is this reported reconciliation, and does it genuinely lay the matter to rest?
Well, that's the way we'll say it. Because you have a tax ahead, huge tax ahead to resolve. So we would not allow some internal contradictions to create a problem for us. So it has to be resolved. This is the president's state. Before you go to war, you have to put your house in order. Make no mistake about it, you have to put your house in order. So yes, issues will come. I was the publicity secretary of our party for many years, so these things will always come, especially when elections are coming. You begin to settle, scores everywhere. It's normal. It's normal. We know that we're going to get here. There's just no way president will allow his home state to be in crisis while you want to run in 2027. He has to do it. And here you saw these are the leaders of Lagos, the GSC members. Once you see them gather like this, a decision will be taken.
Well, the Oni of Ife is not part of them.
It's not part of it. It's not part of it. It just went on its own. The G50, is the inner room, the engine room of Lagos. The GSC members.
Yes. Some have argued that the viral video was overblown. But in politics, they say optics matter. Do you think the APC in Lagos handled the fallout effectively?
Just the other day now. Just the other day. Some issues came out, people have been talking about it. And Achiwaju, as the leader of the party, as the president of the country, cannot go to sleep when your house is not okay. So he came. So now time is, it's about a week plus before he goes back. So it's all part of it. It's all part of it. And let people know that conflicts will always be there. Issues concerning the party. If there's anything happening in APC, maybe APC Edo State, the president must intervene. If they cannot resolve it, he goes to resolve it. Then now talk about the president's states.
Before the speaker was impeached and then restored, we could feel the tension, between the leadership of the House and Mr. Governor. Recall that I think it was last year when he presented the budget, and then Obasa went on with this long speech that went on and on about, whether or not he has the capacity to run or not and what have you. Do you think we have seen the end of that episode going forward into the last 2 years of the Sanwo-Olu administration?
It's nothing that cannot be resolved. It's just a matter of people who are to look into the matter. And I think they are looking into the matter. I've seen a lot in Lagos. I've had a lot in Lagos. So it will always be there. Remember the Fashola era. Remember Ambode era. We always walk away from it. You use tact. Apply common sense, even though common sense is not common. And then you use one hand to beat, like our people will say, and use the other hand to bring the person close to you. Especially when you know 2027 is critical. And you cannot afford. Lagos is a huge city with a lot to put on the table. So it's not something that you can toy with. And the president is from here. So if you cannot solve the problem of internal contradictions in your state, will you go to another state to go and do it? You handle your state. And you spend longer time this season in Lagos.
Well, interestingly, something happened in 2023 where we saw Mr. President lose Lagos in an all-important presidential election. Do you think that your party has been able to troubleshoot what really happened?
There are certain things, you keep to yourself. I was one of the principal figures in that election. We never expected it. We lost. It's somewhat of it that we lost, and we know the reason. Igbo, my people are in great number there, so we know what they did. So we left it and just moved on. But it's all politics.
If that election holds again now, what do you think will happen?
My dynamics, have changed.
You're sure?
Tell you. One of these states in the Southeast are going APC. South APC.
But it's not the first time that an incumbent president has enjoyed the support of quite a number of governors. I think it was this Borno State senator who said that Jonathan had 22 PDP governors supporting him in 2015 and he still lost the election.
And this one is beyond that.
So what the governor said, they say it's different from what happens in the field.
I know. Not with this one. Don't compare Achwaju with just, anybody. I'm not saying that Jonathan is anybody. He does his work very well. He has built bridges in these 2 years in office. I don't think there's anybody living or dead in this country that have touched lives across Nigeria than this man who is sitting as the president now.
But I think the election in 2027 will be the people's judgment on his performance in the past 4 years. Not necessarily, prior to 2023, all of this was relevant, right? As what he has done as governor of Lagos, as leader of the APC. But in 2027, it will pretty much be about what has he done in the first term if he wants to run again.
They will see it.
Let's talk about
we just did 2 years.
Yes.
They will see it.
Let's talk about the local government election list. We understand the leadership has agreed not to make any more changes. But this content still lingers among some aspirants. We covered that story, and it's a little bit messy. Is reconciliation truly achievable before the polls?
We'll always get there. I told you, I've seen it all. For so many years, I was the publicity secretary, so it will always come. And when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it.
But there are some huge allegations that some people put their children.
You will always see that. You will always see it. You will always hear people.
But don't you think
like
that there is a sense of fairness that is needed within your party to continue to entrench trust in the followers, so that people can tell that, okay, whoever emerged through a fair process, and they give them confidence that perhaps with time, their turn will come?
I agree with you. But there are people also that have paid their dues in the party, that have staked everything for the party. You will remember them. You remember them. You just don't come from somewhere and they want to be this or that. There are people that have been lining up, especially in Lagos here. There are people that have been lining up, working. Look at the GSC members. These are the people who work for peace in Lagos. People who seize and advise on whatever is going on in Lagos. You cannot ignore them. They work, and when it comes to the table, when it is time to eat, everybody eats, everybody drinks. So it's not you that want to be there. What have you done?
While you're eating and drinking, I hope you're striking a balance between governance, true governance, competence, and all of that.
Yes, of course. You cannot put somebody there who does not know what to do. Everybody's coming to the table with his CV.
Talk to us about this GAC. What really is their role, and how powerful is that council?
Very powerful. They are the decision makers of anything that will happen in Lagos. Conflict, resolution, matters of elections, good of Lagos. They are advisory council. If there is an issue that's beyond being resolved by either the governor or in any local government, they beckon to them.
And you think that they have the ears of Mr. President?
President is a member now. We had several meetings there. So I've told you, I've been there for a while. So I remember during Fashola, the issues that came up. The issues that came
They
up.
couldn't resolve Ambode's issue, though.
This is one time now. This is one time. He may still come back.
He's the only one who has done.
Who didn't do for 8 years.
Are you saying APC is considering an Ambode comeback?
You wouldn't know.
No, you are the insider. You should tell me.
Issues on the table may have been resolved. I know that one. The president I know can, all these things happen all the time. When you have issues with a member, they come back. If we come back, actually, we'll take you back. That's his life. Some of these people that are running they will come back. They'll come back. So he will beat and he will use.
So we can quote you. Ambode is likely to come back, Joe Ibokwe.
No, I'm not saying it's in the party. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in politics.
Governor Sanwo-Olu has played it quite diplomatically. But this episode seems to have exposed underlying intentions. There is what you say on camera. There are the conversations happening behind the scene. How can your party manage internal democracy without alienating core loyalists and the fallout of what we have seen play out in the past days?
There's no one place you have 100%. Some people will lose, some people will gain. You know what Lagos is? When you come to a local government, you see about 12 people contesting for that office. What would you do? And then you see somebody that has put a lot into the system. One thing that Chiwazi knows how to do very well is to reward people. I was rewarded for my hard work for the party. AD, AC, ACN, SDP, then APC.
Are you being rewarded right now? Do you feel rewarded?
Oh, yes. I was the publicity secretary for many years. I was the chairman of an agency. Two agencies. I joined the school. I was there for 4 years as SA drainage. It was Achwaji that brought me in.
So you're satisfied? You're not?
It's Achwaji that brought me in.
Do you have ambitions? 2027?
Well, as long as one is still strong, you can do anything. And if God decides that it will be something, it will be something. You make a move. We have our CVs. We're not tired yet. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. So we don't worry about these things will come. These quarrels will come. It's part of political process or processes. It will come. People won't be happy.
All right.
I was in NACME. We started during one of these local government elections. Some people were abusing Achiwaju face to face, calling him names on my face, on his face. I've done what I want to do. What I feel that is good for the Commonwealth, I have done it. If you like, you can. Face to face, they were abusing him. That was the day I learned something about politics. That if you bring yourself out as a leader, be ready to take more, you know.
Good place to leave
Really
it.
well sorted.
We're going to continue this conversation. Former Publicity Secretary of the APC in Lagos, Duke Bokwe, thank you for talking to us. And that's our show today, everyone. You can watch it again at midnight and at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. See you again soon.